What's up guys, my name is ESO and welcome to the channel. I don't usually do videos solely based on lore, I instead prefer to stuff my dungeon delving videos with lore. But this has been a topic of hot debate ever since the game came out, and a lot of people are still living in wonder. We're going to be talking about the ancient Nordic ruins and the infamous puzzle door. Why is it so easy? Let me tell you where it all began first, so you understand. In the Mythic era, when Ysgramar first set foot in Tamriel, his people brought with them a faith that worshipped the animal gods. Ysgramar was one of the 500 companions, by the way. Some people think that they were actually worshipping the divines, but in their animal form. They defiled the eagle, wolf, snake, moth, owl, whale, bear, fox, and the dragon. Foremost among all the animals was the dragon. Grand temples were built in honour of the dragons. Many of them still survive today as ancient ruins haunted by Drag and undead dragon priests. Dragons, being dragons, embraced their role as god king over men. After all, they were supposedly fashioned in Akatosh's own image, Akatosh being the dragon god of time. For dragons, power equals truth. They had the power, so therefore it must be truth. Dragons granted small amounts of power to dragon priests in exchange for absolute obedience. In turn, the dragon priests ruled men as equal to the kings. Dragons, of course, could not be bothered with actually ruling. Some of the dragon priests in Tamriel became quite ambitious. Blinded by their power, the priests began to rule with an iron fist, making slaves of the rest of the population. When the populace rebelled, the dragon priests retaliated. When the dragon priests could not collect the tribute or control the masses, the dragon's response was swift and brutal. So the dragon war began. At first, men died by the thousands. The priests of the 9 divines claim it was Akatosh himself that intervened. From those dragons, men learned magic to use against dragons. The tide began to turn and dragons began to die too. The war was long and bloody. The dragon priests were overthrown and the dragons were slaughtered in large numbers. The surviving dragons scattered, choosing to live in remote places away from men. The dragon cult itself adapted and survived. They built the dragon mounds, entombing the remains of dragons that fell in the war. They believed that one day the dragons would rise again and reward the faithful. So that's why we have dragon mounds, and that's why Nordic tombs exist. But back to the question, why are puzzles so easy? The answer itself can be found in a book that records the conversation between an Argonian and a nameless wanderer. The Argonian was quite the adventurer. He stumbled upon an ancient dragon claw. "Did you use it?" the wanderer asked. "Of course," the Argonian snapped. "Where do you think I got this?" he barked, tearing his tunic open to show a white scar beneath his right shoulder. "Blasted Drag, got the drop on me, just too many of them." "You know what always bothered me?" the Argonian asked. "Why they even bother with the symbols?" "The what?" "The symbols, you fool. Look at the claw." I turned it over in my hand. Sure enough, etched in the face were 3 animals, a bear, an owl, and some kind of insect. "What do the symbols mean?" the wanderer asked the Argonian. "The sealing doors. It's not enough just to have the claw. They're made of massive stone wheels that must align with the claw's symbols before they open. It's a sort of lock, I suppose, but I didn't know why they'd bothered with it. If you have the claw, you also have the symbols to open the door. So why? Why even have the combination if we're going to write it on the key?" the wanderer asked. "Exactly, but as I lay bleeding on the floor, I figured it out. The Drag are relentless, but far from clever. Once I was downed, they continued shuffling about, to no aim, no direction, bumping against one another," recalled the Argonian. So the symbols on the door weren't meant to be another lock. Just a way of ensuring that the person entering was actually alive and had a functioning mind. Then the doors were never meant to keep people out. They were just meant to keep the Drag in. So that's why the puzzles are basic. Anyone with a half brain could work them out, but not a Drag. They don't have a brain. That's the point. The puzzle's not there to keep you out. It's there to keep in the horrors inside. Deep stuff, I know. I hope you all enjoyed this eye-opening video. If you did, you can either subscribe for more, or just check out the channel for some other guides on Skyrim. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.